Hi David.
Hi Emma.
Just starting with team news, is there anything to update us on ahead of the game against Brighton?
No, Said Ben Rama should be fit for the game. Issa Diop, we still don't think his ankle's quite right yet, but we'd expect Said Ben Rama, we hope, to be fit and available.
Can we expect Mark Noble to make his 550th appearance for the club on Sunday?
I hope so. He's played well enough to be in the team and he's played well enough to be involved. So if the right opportunity comes along, and I think it's right from then, yes. But I'll only do what I think's right to try and get the best result. It can't just be for Mark Noble. But obviously it'll be a big day for him as well.
And you could potentially secure a second successive 6th place finish this weekend. If you were to secure 6th place, would that represent more progress in your opinion?
Good question. I believe so. I believe that we'd have showed that we've tried to maintain, maybe not quite better it, but I think we've gone further in most of the cup competitions than we've done for a long time here at West Ham, and especially the European games, we've got far down the line with them, and to sort of roughly maintain where we've been in the Premier League. I think when you look at the Premier League as well, and you look at probably the two best teams in world football just now as well, and trying to break into the big six in the Premier League. We done it last year, and we're on the verge that we could maybe do it again, which isn't an easy thing to do.
And what areas of the team will you be looking to strengthen this summer?
I think we'll just be trying to look to give ourselves a much better, I don't like using the word squad, but a much better group of players where we can add to that and maybe have more selection choices and give ourselves a little bit more competition in some areas than we've had at the moment. But I certainly wouldn't be coming on here and telling you exactly what positions I'd be doing. That wouldn't be good for the players.
Is the focus already switching to next season?
No, got a big game. Can't switch to next season until we finish this one and hopefully try to get a positive result at Brighton, who we know are a really good team and are playing very well. So we've got a real difficult game.
Lastly, what are your thoughts on this week's spate of pitch invasions, and in particular the incident involving Patrick Vieira?
Well, I didn't see last night's incident, but I've heard about it and I've seen bits of what's going on recently. And it's really, really difficult for whoever it be, whether you're a football manager or a football player at times, when people are abusing you or coming up to your face. And nowadays, it has to change. We can't allow people to do that. Can't allow people to go onto the pitch. The safety of the players and the management is really important. And it looks as if at the moment it's becoming a bit of an issue.
As a fellow manager, do you think more should be done to protect players and staff?
Well, we're in the game because we love football. We want to be passionate. Most of us are football supporters as well. But I think there's a way to be a good football supporter. I don't generally think that players or managers should have people in their face or hitting them or even come up alongside them. And what will end up happening is that everybody will say, players and managers, the minute the final whistle goes, run down the tunnel. And that won't be good for you, the media. That won't be good for everybody else if this is going to continue, because there's no other choice. The referees will be saying, right, we'll get to one side of the pitch and then we'll all run off. So I think that if you want a good spectacle, we're going to have to find a way of stopping this happening, because everybody likes to see teams that are successful and likes to see their celebrations if they're winning. But I think that's all going to stop soon.
Thanks, David. And
Thank
best
you.
of luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Emma from BBC.
Hello, David. What do you make of Sunday? Because there's so much yet to be decided. Are you surprised that there is still so many things that have yet to be decided on the last day of the Premier League season?
I think it's the Premier League now. I said a few times through the year that I thought there was very little between the teams, except for probably the top two or three, which I thought that they've looked at the standout teams. You've seen two of them in the FA Cup final last week. You've seen two of them going head to head on certainly on the Premier League. You've seen one of them last year win the Champions League. You've seen another two very close, one getting beat in the semis and one in the final. The quality of the teams at the top are so good. But I actually think after that, I could name it right down near after the bottom. I don't think there's very much between any of the teams. I think the games are tight. You've seen the form of Brighton, for example. You've seen the form of Newcastle United, form of Burnley. You know, some of the teams are in really, really good form who maybe early parts of the season or different parts of the season hadn't shown that form. So I think the Premier League certainly has got a real good league, really competitive, and it's probably why so many people want to watch it.
How closely will you be monitoring results elsewhere, scorelines elsewhere on Sunday?
It'll only be worth monitoring probably if we're winning. You know, that's really the way I look at it. You know, we have to be winning, and if that's the case, then we might start monitoring. But other than that, we have to do our job.
Saying what you're saying about how impressed you are with other teams in the Premier League, does it make it even more impressive what you're going to achieve this season, at least finishing 7th?
I think so, and I think that, you know, we're getting into the game we've already got something. We've got European football. It's a huge plus for us and a great achievement. But also the thought that we could finish 6th again after the year we've had in the competition, and you think about, you know, the improvements other teams have tried to make, the money teams have spent to do it, and I think that, you know, we've tried it as well, but that's the level of the Premier League. You know, everybody's really competitive, whether it be bringing in new players. But whatever we've done this year, we've been able to roughly maintain what we've had in the last year, which is a good sign. And I hope we can either maintain or build and get better for next season as well.
It has been said that it's easier to qualify for Europe without actually competing in Europe in the season in which you're qualifying, if you get my drift. Do you kind of understand that, you know, all the extra matches you've had to play?
Yeah, I agree. I think this season we've had 12 extra matches. I think we've gone further in the Carabao Cup than we have done for a long time. Even the FA Cup, I think today somebody was showing me something that was at 15, 16, I think maybe was the last time we got as far in the FA Cup. So all those things, I wouldn't say take their toll on you, but all those things add up as games and extra games. And we've found it quite difficult, but we've also found it quite enjoyable and quite exciting. The European games are incredibly exciting. I really thought that we could get close in one of the cups, but then our Carabao Cup draws were Man United, Man City, and then Tottenham. So some parts of cup competitions you probably need a little bit of good fortune and getting good draws as well. And in some of the cup competitions we get decent draws, but for that one example, it was a really tough draw.
Talk about teams in form. Brighton are one of those at the moment, aren't they?
Brighton are in really good form. I like Graham Potter's work. I think I like Brighton's work. I think their model is very good. Again, I always sort of say there's different ways where you can do things in football, different ways you can play in football, you know, your style. If all the styles in the Premier League were exactly the same, we'd all be bored by it. If all we done was spent money, every club, then we would get fed up, because it's good to see clubs who are underdogs and clubs who do it different ways. I think Brighton have a really good model, and I really like the work they do.
Speaking to West Ham fans, they're saying of all the teams they want to play on the last day of the season, maybe Brighton wouldn't be the team they'd want to play, just because they seem to be a bogey team for West Ham, don't they?
They've always been tough for us, Brighton, and we're well aware of that. But as I said, we've got a slightly different mindset because we've got security of European football, you know. But we've also got a goal. If we can go and win the game and things go well for us elsewhere, then we can possibly finish one place higher up.
Finally, for me, you say your focus is on this game, but as far as the club is concerned, the guarantee of European football, have you started looking at next year in terms of recruitment, and how much easier is it to persuade players to come to West Ham knowing that they'll be playing in Europe?
The truth is, I've probably been looking forward for 6 months or a year. What am I going to do next year? How am I going to make this team better? How can I keep using the words grow it, how can I grow it a little bit better, a bit stronger? And so I've probably been at it all the time. I don't think I've ever stopped thinking about the future and what I can do to make things better. And if that's sort of referring to players and new members, then yeah, we're looking really hard for what we're going to do. But also, you know, growing and making the club better. I feel, you know, I want things better around the training ground. I want some things better in the stadium. There's lots of things I want to try and use the word sort of building and growing to. But yeah, probably the bit what you're referring to, and everybody will at this time of the year, is what players and what you're going to do next, and we hope that we'll be able to add to what we've got here for next season.
Thank you, David. Sounds like you don't have a holiday on Monday then.
Sorry?
You don't have a holiday planned for Monday in that case.
Not for Monday. I wish I did actually. If I had my way, I would be out of here on Monday. But no, I've got a couple of busy days, Monday, Tuesday, and quite a lot of bits to do.
Thank you.
Thank you.